Greetings everyone and welcome. My name is Alfred and in this session I will show you how to create a custom dashboard. So let's go and see what kind of dashboard we're going to create. I have the dashboard already open on my browser and this is the kind of dashboard that we're going to create. It has some elements. It has the navbar and navbar menu. It has the sidebar, and this sidebar we can minimize and maximize it, and it also has some sidebar menus. We also have main content area, and this area will hold our page content. So this is the kind of the dashboard that we're going to create in this session. So having said that, I'll go to my desktop just right here. I'm going to create a new folder and I'll call this folder dashboard like that. I'll open this dashboard folder inside my code editor. I'll be using the Visual Studio Code from Microsoft. Of course, you can use your code editor of choice. You can also decide to use a full-fledged IDE like the WebStorm or PHP Storm or whichever one that you want to use. As for me, I'll be using the Visual Studio Code. After creating and opening this folder in my Visual Studio Code, I'm going to create a file inside my dashboard folder. And this file, I'm going to call it index.html. Going to create a file, call it index.html, and after creating this file I'm going to create a bootstrap template inside here. What I'm going to do, I already have an extension that helps me write bootstrap um, templates, and this one is the one that I'm using. So I'm going to create this template right here. I'm gonna change the title though. I'll say dashboard, and something else I'm going to change is this key here. I'm just going to remove this and I'm going to just have an h2 and I'll say dashboard like that. I'm gonna save that. I'm going to right click and I will open this in live server. I'll use the live server to open that, and here we go. We now have the mayor template for a dashboard. Now we have a starting point for our dashboard. So let's go ahead and continue creating our dashboard. I'll get rid of this h2 dashboard name, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a section just below the body. I'll say section, and I'll give it some styling classes. And inside this section I'm going to create another division and also give it some styling classes as well. And after writing this is the division that will hold our sidebar title. And inside this one, I'm going to create another division, and this division is going to hold our logo, the company's logo or company's brand logo. And I'm also going to give it some styling classes, so I'm just going to have a division with text center. And inside this one, I'm going to have an image for our brand. So we'll have an image, and I'm just going to give it some head. It will be, let's say, 50, and to width also 50. After the image, I'm going to have a title, and this title I'm going to put it inside a span. So I'll have a span. I'm also going to give you some styling classes, and in this case I'll only have one class for our title. So title, I'm just going to give it later for now, is our title. I'm also going to have some icon. And for the icon, I'll be using feather icon. So I think it's better I go now and get the icons from feather. So here I'll search for feather icons, and here I am. This is the feather icons, and I'll be using these icons for a dashboard. So I'll click on get started, and I'll scroll down, and I'll just copy the script for the icons. I will import it to our code. So here I'm just going to paste all feather icons here, and after that we have one thing we have to do. So here I'll copy this. Actually, I'm just going to copy all of it, and I'm going to paste it here. So okay, I'll paste it here. So this one will initialize the feather icons. For us to be able to test it, I'll just go here and grab this example, and I'll try to put it somewhere here. I'm just going to say, for now, let me just put it here, and just go ahead here, and there we have our icon. So our icon is the feeder icons. It's already loaded into our page, and we can now start using it. So I'm just going to grab this, and I'm going to have it inside this pan for our icon. I'm going to give a property for this one. It will say data status, and now it says data sidebar. So I'll give it a property, and I'll have our icon around there, and instead of the circle icon, I'm just going to have a disk like that. If I save that and go back to here, you see now we have the image, we have the brand name, and we have our feeder icon. So we can continue. So after that, what I want to do, I want to go ahead and add the menu. That was the title. So I'll go ahead and add the menu for our sidebar, and I will have a class. I will have a division, and I'll call it sidebar content. First of all, one thing I'm going to have is an horizontal line, and this horizontal line, I'm going to give it a class of and to have a background of primary. Just going to have another division and have a styling class of menu. This will hold our sidebar menu, and again I'm going to have another class, and it's going to be item, to bear class item again for styling our sidebar menu. And after that, I'm going to have an anchor tag, and inside here I'm going to have a flex box. I'm going to copy this class and have it here, okay, like that. And instead of aligning our content, this should be justify. This one should be justify. I want to justify because I want to align horizontally in between. So again, this one, it's going to be justify. Going to justify at the center of my content container, so like that. And what I can do here, I can I'm going to have this class text center so that everything is in the middle. And here what I'm going to have two things. The first thing will be the icon with going to have an icon, and data feeder will be this time round it will be home. And then I'm going to have a title for this menu, and it's going to be wrapped inside a span, so span. And the name will be just dashboard. Also going to give it some styling classes, and the first one I'll say hide on minimized, and the other one would just be a margin. I'm just going to give margin on the left of 3, like that. So I'm gonna save. I'm going to, and now we have that. We have the horizontal line, we have the menu icon, and we have the menu name. Okay, so we can continue from there. So what we can do, we can just copy this menu and duplicate it here for second sidebar menu, and I'm just going to have this one as employees maybe, and instead of home icon, I'm just going to use icon icon for users, and I'll say users. I'm going to save this, and if we preview this, now we have home and the employees, of course. So that is the sidebar menu. What we're going to do now, we're going to create a section for our main content and the navigation bar. So after this sidebar section, I'm going to create another section just after this one, and just going to say section. And this is the main page section. It will include both the navigation bar and the main content page. So I'm going to start with the nav bar section again. So inside this section, I'm gonna have another section. And I'm just going to give it the same flex class, or just going to copy this one. But what I want to do is I want to, yeah, I didn't provide the class property. I will do that just 1 minute. So I'll say between, and this one should be a class, of course. Forgot to do that. I like that. And this one will be our navbar section. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a division. The first one will be a flex, to be deflex, of course, and I will justify content in the beginning. So justify start, and inside here I'm going to have two things. I'm going to have an icon, and also I'm going to have a title. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have two span tags. So the first one will be span. I'll give it class of minimized. I'm going to have text centered, and I'm going to have margin from the right being 2, like that. So here I'm going to say data sidebar there should be sidebar status, and value is going to be active, like that. And so inside here I'm going to have an icon, and I can just copy one of the icons. Which one? I'm going to copy this one, and I'm just going to paste it inside here, all like that. And also I'm going to copy the title as well, and I'm going to put it after this one. So span I already have this pawn with me, so like that, and it's going to have the same as this one, like that. So there is the first division inside the navbar, and I'm going to have also another one. So what I can do, I'm just going to copy the first one, but before I do that, I'm just going to have a division here, and it will be a flex box, and I'll justify content, and I'll say in the beginning like that, and after that I'll have a menu class, and I'll give it enough menu like that. And inside here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a menu. So let me go ahead and create a span, and here it will be a nav title. I'll say nav menu title, and this one is of course a class like that. And when the device, or when the device width is very small, I'm just going not to show this, but when it's large, when the device is large, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show this one in inline like that. I will have margin from the right to, and also I'm going to have padding on the horizontal S2 like that. So there's the first span, and what I'm going to put inside here, I'll have an icon and also a text, just the same as this one. So what I'm going to do, just going to copy this. That is the icon that we're going to have, but now this time round I'm going to provide another icon, and I'll call this one search. That's not search, it's supposed to be search like that. Okay, and then after that I'm going to have the name. I could put this one inside a span, but actually I'm not just going to do that. Or what I will do, I write a new span, and this one will be the title for this menu, and I'm just going to say the title is such, and I'm going to have it like this one as well. So I'll give it a class, this, and all this one should be classes, like that. So I'm going to save. I'm going to view that one in the browser, and there we have it. It's already here. We have search and the search icon. After that, we're just going to have some other icons, same as this one. I mean, some other menu, same as this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this one, and this one it's going to be just put it like that, and this one I'm going to say it will be a flag like that, and I'll copy again, same, and this one will be for mode, if a night mode or day mode, and I'm going to have a moon icon, and this one just going to say mode. We can toggle between the light mode and dark mode, or light theme and dark theme, and other things like that. So another thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this one again, and this time round I'm going to have another icon, and but this one now it's going to be notifications, and I'm going to have a bell, and this one is going to be different. I want to add some other uh, the submenu here. When you click on this one, it's going to bring up this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a division here, and I'm going to give it a class of navbar submenu. So navbar submenu, and you know what I'm going to do, I want to separate this. I'm going to have a navbar submenu like that. So this one, it's gonna be shown when we hover on top of the notifications title. What I'm going to do, initially I will not show it, so it will be hidden by default, and we're going to have a width of 100%. It will take the container of its parent, so that it's the width is equal to the width of the parent navbar menu. So after that, I'm going to give it some styles, but I think I can do that. First of all, I'll give it inline styling. We could scoop this one later and put it aside. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to the parent first and say style, and I'm going to put position as relative, so that the child will align according to the parent. If the parent is aligned relatively, so it means the child will be aligned inside the parent the way we want to be aligned. And for that case, I'm just going to align it absolutely. So position absolutely, so that we can align it in any corner or any point of the parent. So just going to say absolute like that, and I'm just going to give it some margins. So I'll start with bottom. So bottom, I'll give it negative margin, so 8 pixels, and on the right I'll have negative 1.8 pixels, and I think I'm gonna define width. So width, I'll just 350 pixels. That would do for now. If we need to change it, we can change it. So notifications here. So that's what we're going to have for now. Going to save, and we're going to see what we have. We have these uh, menus here. Well, what's happening is that we hide the child. So even if we highlight here or click, we cannot see. But if we for now just put a very long class which does nothing and to come here, and now you can see our notifications here. This one will work on it so that when we hover over this one or we click on this one will show. But for now, I'm just going to leave it hidden like that. So another so the domain that we're going to create will be the same, as this one, but what we can do is just change this one with the user. This one will be for the user account, and now I'll just write my email. I'm going to write my email like that, and here I'm just going to say account details or account settings. I'm going to save like that. Okay, so if we go ahead and look at this, here I have my account details, I have notifications mode, and I have my sidebar. What we don't have right now is our main content. So let's go ahead and create our main content. For the this one, I'm going to say that's okay for now. What I can do, I'm going to create another section for main content just right here, and then after that we could now start styling our our mockup. So here I'm going to create another section, and I'll give it a class of content section, and of course it's a section content section, and like that. So what we can do, I can just give it a row inside here, and I'm going to have just a column. I'm just going to put column here so that it shows us where our main content is. What I'm going to say call the smallest on the small device. It will be full width, so it will be a column of 12. When we are on the small, still will be 12, but when we go to medium, so called MD, we'll say we have a width of 6, so that it's going to give us 2 columns, and we're also going to have some margins. So when it's an MD, or when we are on the medium screens, we are going to have margin top of 1. When the device is large, so call LG, you're going to have a length of 4 or width of 4, which will give us 3 columns in a row. And when the device is extra large, we are going to have a width of 3 for each column, which will give us 4 columns in a row like that. So that will be our column in a row. And what I can do I'm going to have a card inside here, and I'm going to have a card img holder class, and also I'm going to say this is dashboard cards. So dashboard cards class, we'll use this one to style our cards. So I'm going also to have text default, and I'm going to have bg color, and also I will have box shadow class, like that. After that, for now, what I'm going to do, just going to write anything like home, going to have this home like that, and there we are. So we have our main content will go here, our sidebar, our nav bar, and our sidebar menu. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop at this video here, and in the second video, what we are going to do, we are going to style this page, and also see if we can create the jQuery in the coming video. So thank you very much for being with me on this one. I'll see you on the next one when we start styling our dashboard.